Whether you're merely 1 year old or a whopping 100 years old, at some point in your life, you have interacted with some form of product packaging. This could be plastic bags for oranges, it could be shopping bags, it could be a cardboard carton for eggs, an oversized Amazon box, or even an envelope sent to you in the post. Regardless, packaging is everywhere, and that's a fact. Welcome back to HanSelah. I'm Han. I talk about all things to do with graphic design and running my own freelance graphic design business, and today we're talking about the power of packaging as graphic designers. Now, I'm the type of person that will literally buy an expensive tube of toothpaste literally because the packaging looks good. Like, I paid 13 euros and 5 cents for this. Oh my gosh, but it's gorgeous. Look how stunning this is. It's like so beautiful. And the actual tube of toothpaste is just as gorgeous, but that's in my bathroom. But I bought this toothpaste not because I like the product. I'd never even tried the product. I literally just wanted to keep the box. Or there have been times where I've purchased new wine because I like the label or there was a pretty artwork on it. Sometimes I just resonate with the labels. So I'm like, I want that wine because I think it's pretty. Another example was when I was in Russia, I bought this tea solely because the box was pretty and I wanted to keep the box. I finished the tea, but I've kept the box. Not just one box though, 3 boxes. 3 different tea boxes, literally because it's pretty. Same as this Valentino perfume box. The perfume is divine, by the way. It's the Coral Fantasy one, so absolutely love this as a summer perfume. But if you look closely on the box, it's kind of got this like textured look to it, and it matches the perfume. I think it's so considerate. Cordially as well, this stuff is so expensive. It's not even worth it, to be honest. Like, I didn't find that it really did much for me. But if you look on the inside of this box, there is a beautiful artwork all around the inside. It's so pretty, and I was like, I want this so I can keep the box. Now, I don't know if this is a graphic designer thing, like because I'm a graphic designer or because I love packaging, labels, and artwork. I don't know. So if you're a designer, let me know in the comments if you also collect cool boxes and packaging, because surely I can't be the only one that does this. But anyway, as I was saying, we all know that there's one company that literally just hits the nail on the head when it comes to packaging. They've made their entire packaging an experience. It's literally a lifestyle, being able to open these products. And if you can guess it in 3, 2, 1, yep, you got it. It's good old Apple. Let's be honest, Apple's packaging is elite. There's no doubt about it. The sheer excitement that takes over us, even just being able to open an Apple charger sometimes. Like, my charger got stolen the other day and I had to buy a new one, and just opening the charger, I was so excited. I was like, it's like a whole experience. It's a lifestyle. I'm like totally engulfed in the unboxing process. I have to confess, every single Apple product that I've ever owned, and that's a lot of different Apple products, I've kept the box, including something as small as a charger or a cable box. I'm not going to show them in this video because they're in a box up there, and if I bring the box down, I'm going to get too distracted and I'm literally going to spend like 2 hours going through the box. So I'm not going to show you them. And I keep every single one of the Apple boxes, not because I need it, but because it's just a great boxy box, you know? It makes me feel good. I feel happy, I feel accomplished. I have all those Apple boxes stored up there in a plastic trommel for protection. But like, protection from what? I have no idea. But on that note, Apple has managed to single-handedly, well, their creative team, I guess, master the art of shifting perspective of it being simply opening a product box to creating a desirable user experience that leaves their consumers feeling wholeheartedly complete. I can assume that users are just as excited to actually open or unbox the product than they are for the actual Apple product itself. However, I can't say that for certain because technically I haven't done any user research on this, but I certainly feel that way, and that's good enough for me. You see, because packaging design is functional. For example, a box for light bulbs is there to protect them so they don't smash. They stop eggs from cracking, bulbs from breaking, potato chips from crumbling, chemicals from evaporating, and so forth. And today there are plenty zero packaging stores too, which is super cool. You bring your own container or an old jar, and then you can fill it up with rice or beans and take it home. But even in doing that, you're still bringing your own packaging of some sort. Packaging is merely a vessel. It's a way of making transportation of products possible. We can even argue that the big metal shipping containers are also a form of packaging, and they are branded after all, I guess. But packaging is definitely a way in which businesses and brands can stand out from the crowd. And personally, I feel that it really is an overlooked area of graphic design because you can easily and effectively target your consumer or your ideal target audience through your packaging. If you are a minimalist, like Apple. If you're exciting and on the go, like Nike. If you're functional, Amazon. If you're premium, like Hermes. If you're serious, perhaps a lawyer's office. I don't know many lawyers, so I can't think of an example of that. But anyway, are you playful, like nuts.com? Are you targeting entry-level consumers versus high-end consumers, so like H&M versus Ralph Lauren? Each persona, or like let's say vibe rather, will attract a different target audience. And you can do this through your branding, through your logo, through your colors, through your fonts, through your typography, so with your brand identity overall, and that includes your packaging. Now let's not forget packaging that's created for disabled folk. For example, we have Rare Beauty products. Their bottles were purposely designed with this in mind, which is genius. It's all about inclusion. How will individuals with physical and or mental challenges use their product effectively? Also, something I love about the French medicine boxes is they actually contain Braille. So if you look here, this is Doliprane, which is basically the French version of like Panado, paracetamol. But if you look here, they've actually got Braille dots. Over there, you can kind of see it in the light. So on the front here, it's got Braille, and they've got that on all the medication boxes as well. Now, personally, I haven't seen that in South Africa. Maybe it's a thing, I don't know. I personally haven't experienced it, but every single piece of medication that I've ever had in France, there's been Braille on the front of it, which I think is so clever, so cool, and also just really inclusive. So in terms of prettiness, I wouldn't say this is necessarily pretty, but again, I guess medication shouldn't be pretty, it should be functional and to the point and easy to understand, so you shouldn't have big illustrations and beautiful things going on medicine boxes, at least that's my personal opinion. But in terms of functionality, this is very functional and inclusive packaging design. Another type of packaging that I really love is this simple Bonne Maman jam bottle, jar. Yeah, like the label is literally just so simple. This is the framboise, which is raspberry jam, and it's just got a simple sort of farmhouse plaid on the top that's been printed. There's nothing really exciting about this, but it really just gives off that kind of like homey, homemade, like grandma's kitchen vibes, and it's literally just done through adding this pattern on the lid and then having this kind of script writing handwritten font on the front. Also, all the grated cheese here in France actually comes in like a Ziploc bag. Now this is actually unopened, so I'm not going to open it right now, but you can see here there is a sticky tab, so you would peel this off and then you can actually re-stick this down again, so it's resealable. And they also do this with like sweets or candy, so on the back of like sweet packets they'll have like a little place for a sticker, and you can actually take the sticker off, and then if you don't finish your packet of sweets you can literally just like reseal it again. It's so clever. And I've also seen that on the rice bags here as well. Another piece of packaging that I've always loved is the Amarula bottles. They always come with the little ribbon, and then they have the illustration of an elephant, and as you can see here it's actually made with all these beautiful tiny little patterns, like African patterns, and the marula fruit. I also love the font. That was the original, and this is the coffee one, so again you can just see it nice and big. It's got all these beautiful African patterns, it's inspired, got these cool recipes on the back. So again, this one has the ribbon, but yeah, it's just really beautiful. So packaging definitely doesn't have to be boring, and the more exciting and the more beautiful and the more engaging and the more just lovely it is, the more people want to look at it, purchase it, buy it, use it, and see what it's like. Now there are various ways in which you can utilize packaging design and artwork to create an all-in-one experience. For example, the star of the show, Apple. The artwork on each of the boxes isn't necessarily pretty. There's no like big illustration or graphics. It's literally just like a photograph of the product. But it's minimalist, it's striking, and it speaks exactly to the audience that they're trying to attract. It's clear-cut, it's to the point, it's simple, and it amplifies the product's functionality of less is more to the T. Obviously they have to include some legal bits and pieces on the side of it, so that kind of just like goes on the edges. But it's also in the way that they put their little peeling tabs and their little stickers, and you gotta like unpeel it and like move it. It's quite interactive. And then you have to take that thing around each of the cords and the cables and like unhook it. And then they have those anti-scratch stickers, you peel that off. And then obviously you have that whole act of like sliding the lid off, because the bases are always at the bottom, and you slide it and then move it. All of that is what creates the user experience. Whereas other products like wine, for example, are less interactive. Those are just more simply pretty to look at. And oftentimes if I really like a label, I will cut it out and I'll stick it on my inspiration wall or put it in an art journal or something, just to spark creativity. Now let's compare that to a Christmas advent calendar, for example. Christmas advent calendars, interactive packaging again, because you're there undoing each of the little doors and like working your way through. So again, packaging can be functional, pretty, or both. But as long as you're catering for your exact intended audience and speaking to what makes them feel happy and heard. I personally love being able to go to the shops and looking at all the different products and all of their different labels and the packaging and the boxes and the stickers and all these cool things that they have. Especially here in France, we have some beautiful packaging for alcohol like beer, wine, chocolate as well. I even saw a gorgeous mayonnaise bottle the other day. I'll put it here. Like, this was stunning. And also biscuits. This was a biscuit packaging that I saw. Super cool. I love the font, love the colors, the whole like pick up thing. It looks so cool. So I get really excited when I see something that's really beautiful, because 9 out of 10 times I'll buy it just because I like the label. Creating beautiful and engaging packaging is a great marketing tactic as well, because people want to look at it, engage with it, and a lot of people like me, for example, will buy something simply because it looks good. So never underestimate the power of packaging, whether it's a box, a label, a sticker, a thank you note, or something cool that you can add into the box that'll just get your audience talking and make them feel excited to open the product. As graphic designers, packaging is a very important part of what we do, and I encourage you to go out into your local stores and just browse around and see what different types of packaging you have. There's no particular point to this video, but it's kind of just to encourage you to never stop creating. And just because you have to do a shopping bag or a box or something that's typically boring doesn't mean it actually has to be boring. You can make something very funky, very exciting, and you can totally put your own graphic style into it. Before we end off, I'm quickly going to show you some really cool book covers that I have. So I wouldn't necessarily consider book covers being packaging, but it is kind of packaging as well. But for example, this is the condiment book, and look how gorgeous that is. It's so stunning. It's got these beautiful little graphics, and the inside of this book is filled with artwork and illustrations as well. Obviously, one of the design OGs in the industry. We have Aaron James Japlin, pretty much everything, and it's literally a whole bunch of his logos that he's put on the front and back. This book is insane. It's Brand by Hand by John Contino. Again, stunning. We also have The Honest Guide to Creativity made by James, again with all of his logos, and then he's got his little graphic. And then obviously we have Rick Rubin's The Creative Act, A Way of Being, which is literally just a simple plain circle, but I really like this cover as well. Now I know this video is technically about packaging and not books, so I'm going to make another separate book video of all the graphic designer books that I would recommend, so let me know if this is something that you would want to see. But even just by looking at these book covers and the toothpaste and the tea and the perfume bottle and the quarterly box, you can just see how engaging packaging can be, and it's just so pretty. I think I should start a packaging series where I take you into the shops and we go down the aisles and we try and find like the best packaging of the week or something. I think that would be something really cool and fun to do. And you guys can also do it, and we can like tag it on Instagram or something, and then we can see like what everyone's cool packaging of the week is. I don't know, if that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know in the comments below, because I feel that can be a really cool, engaging thing that we can kind of like, I don't know, like connect on, is packaging design and graphic design. Anyway guys, I'm not going to keep you for long. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I know there wasn't too much of a point to this video, but if you feel inspired after watching this video, just remember that packaging is super important, and there's so much power that you can do with your packaging. Have a great day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to check out this video. I think you're gonna like it. Anyway, bye!